Dear Bro, oh sorry. Dear Bro, so die Liebe, die Kaum, die Sonne, die Wind, die Kastalle, die liebe Sonne. Ich lieb sie nicht mehr, ich liebe alleine, die Kleine, die Feine, die Reine, die Eine. Sie selber alle Liebe wohnen, zu Rosen in ihrem Tau und Sonne. Ich liebe alleine, die Kleine, die Feine, die Reine, die Eine, die Eine. Good?
Very good. Can we do that one more?
Ja, das ist ein Flöten und Geigen. Was ist 12? No. You know where we are?
Nope.
Number 9. Number 9.
Okay.
Das ist ein Flöten und Geigen, Trompeten schmecken da rein, Trompeten schmecken da rein. Dann tanzt von den Hochzeitsreigen, die hätten am liebsten ein, die hätten am liebsten ein. Das ist ein Klingen und Brüllen, das ist ein Klingen und Brüllen, ein Pauken und ein Schallein. Dazwischen Schöchsen und Stöhnen, dazwischen Schöchsen und Stöhnen, die lieblichen Engelein.
Okay, very good. Elizabeth, just phrase the 16th notes a little more.
Yeah.
Just, don't, I don't feel any expressions and then the whole equals what you play. So
Yeah,
don't
this
worry
one's
about
my hardest one.
It could be even a little calm. Just it's so much music and then it disappears because voice pretty much accompanies you. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, can we hit that Mahler number?
3.
Otherwise, sounds great.
Sorry. Here we go. Ich hab ein Messer, meine Brust. Oh weh, das scheint von tief. Jeder freut und jeder los. So tief, es scheint von sehr tief. Aber was ist das für ein böser Gast? Aber was ist das für ein böser Gast? Nimmer hält er
way up. It's orchestra.
Okay.
It's
It needs to go up?
Oh yeah, all the way. In that particular song, in the cycle, in the melody.
Okay.
All the way up. That's a different.
Okay, up for the list also?
No, this is written for piano. This is written for orchestra.
Okay.
And then the same thing is like in Schumann. It's not just the no, that's 4 horns in unison. Pa 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 pa. Have you listened to the score? Have you listened to the piece with the score in your hand?
Yes.
So
I can listen to the orchestra version.
yeah, yeah. Just it's orchestra. They don't have it's not an arpeggio piano that they can just skip through. No, they've got to play through it. That's how it's designed. A little more heft and phrasing in fast notes will be totally different picture.
Okay.
Great, looking forward. Sounds great.
Thanks.
See ya.
You want to try this thing out to lit up?
Sure.
You alright? You seem to like playing with the piano lit up better. Yeah, it's like...
You know, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, no, I feel at least.
You want to try 4 in this?
Sure. That's actually harder.
That's the E flat.
Or, sorry, I was scared. Sorry.
Die zwei blaue Augen von meinem Schatz, die haben mich in die weitere Welt geschickt. Da muss ich Abschied nehmen.
do this whole cycle with the lid up.
Okay. And the other two not.
Yeah. A friend of mine had heart surgery today. The answer really went well.
Awesome.
So I didn't really get from her. I expected this like an hour ago. So I was like,
Oh my goodness.
please don't lie.
Yeah.
She's the one who taught me to bake. So she's
Oh.
89, I think.
Oh wow. Oh my goodness.
And it's one of my mom's best friends. Like obviously, you know, how do I need an 89-year-old? I mean, I don't know a long time, but
Yeah.
I met her when I was younger, and she's the one who taught me like how to bake challah, and then started teaching me how to make all sorts of other things. So, do you want to do the first two of this? What do you want to do?
I want to do number 9 for Schumann because I mean, it is my weakest piece.
Yeah, let's do
And
it.
I feel terrible that he even had to bring that up because I know it's flat, but I'm so worried about making mistakes
So, let's,
that I had that take over. And it needs to not be like that. It
I am,
needs to be that video program.
I am very much of the opinion that we go for things.
Just, I've gone for things in the past, and I don't like being the person who's the most expressive and everyone loves the most, but also happen to make the most mistakes of the night. I don't like that.
But
You know, I feel it embarrasses me.
do they say, gee, Lizzie, you're so expressive, but you make so many mistakes?
Well, in competition, it matters.
This isn't competition.
Yeah, the competition is about who really played the best overall. Like,
No,
you have to have
isn't.
technique. I want it to be a clean recording. And I don't want to, like,
If you,
oops, that was wrong, you know?
if you are concerned about making a clean recording, then we'll set time aside every Tuesday for the rest of the semester to just record stuff.
Okay, so because I feel like if I go first, my one shot.
No.
If I don't play great that night or I'm not happy with it, well, it's not going up.
See,
you know what I mean?
that's putting so much pressure on
Yeah.
you, right?
I mean, it makes sense to me, though.
I'm gonna make so many mistakes. It's not funny. I'm gonna make mistakes. Because it's like in the Schumann, right? Like, I have the English not written in, printed in. Like, I went and put it in a PDF file
Wow.
and then typed everything in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the new one, right? This is the one we've been working on, so I have to transfer all my notes over, right? But, you know, I'm gonna get into something and totally forget to come in. I'm gonna get into something and sing the wrong word. Who the fuck cares, right? As long as we're telling a story.
Yeah. And
Right?
Yeah, it's like I made my choice in hopes that artistry happened, even though I was really terrified about the technique. And artistry didn't happen, and now I'm like, I would rather it be musical than if I had to choose. It's out there.
Yeah,
But, I mean, I have 2 weeks. Like, this is the only one I'm like, it's
but if
not 100% my fingers.
we are both, like, are you left brain dominant?
Which one's which?
Left is logic and right is artistic.
I think I'm actually kind of in the middle, but I probably lean artistic. I took the test at one point. I think I was
But
roughly in the middle.
Never mind what some tests tell you.
Oh.
What does your soul tell you?
Artistic.
Artistic.
But I mean, I do love watching that. I really do.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. But it's about making music. It's about communicating. And on the performance night, it's not about us,
Right, I know that.
right?
Mhm.
If we want to do recordings, I really want it clean. No, I didn't like that note. I didn't like the articulation on that note. We go back and we deal with it, right?
Okay.
But you know, if you think about all of the freaking recordings that we listen to, unless you're listening to a live recording,
You know what? That is a good point. I did a mental run through last night and I listened to Pavarotti do the list, and I don't know if you've listened to his version of it. And I told him, like, oh my goodness, that's why singers have a bad name for not being able to count. Like, his pianist had to cover for him, like no ball, like, it was like there were 2 separate planets, and the pianist was just magically making it all work somehow. It was crazy. And then I listened to, I can't believe I've never listened to it. The whole Schumann was, Fritz Wunderlich. It's my favorite rendition I've heard. But the pianist who was phenomenal. I heard him make a mistake or two in places that I didn't make a mistake. And same thing with the Mullen. The pianist was amazing, but made a mistake and flipped over something beautifully. But in the first movement, I was like, yay!
This isn't my opinion, this is science. We learn by making mistakes, right? And when we're little kids, we make a mistake and we laugh it off. And then we get into competitions. And then we're told, no, Lizzie, you can't do that, that's wrong.
Yeah.
So now I have to be right instead of I have to make music.
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, I don't think we should be crappy,
Right.
just do whatever we want.
Yeah.
But you practice for the next 2 weeks, and then whatever happens Monday night happens.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
It's like, I'm not going to think less of you because you played a musical program with some mistakes.
Okay.
Like, there used to be a thing on my door. To make mistakes is excusable. To sing or play without passion is inexcusable.
That's Beethoven, right?
I don't remember who it
Oh.
is, but
I think that's Beethoven. And I love him, and yeah, like he's just, I identify with him personality-wise so much. But yeah, okay.
So please don't
Yeah.
worry about that, at least not for
Okay.
me. And I think it will serve you. You know, when you're interlocking the summer, and some kid makes a mistake, not hopefully.
Well, I mean,
You
it's out of
put-
my hands now, so
You put out into the universe what you want.
I did, yes.
When you are interlocking this summer,
Okay.
and some 17-year-old is working on the Rosa di Lille, and he makes a mistake, are you going to be like, dude, what are you doing?
No.
No. So I say this to Emily all the time. You give, well, I don't say this to Emily because she doesn't always. Yes, I'm saying that. We all give people grace, but then forget to give it to ourselves, right? So if you would give
That's
grace,
true. Like my students, even like one of my students who's super prepared and got stage fright and botched performance, and I still, like just focus on the positive and told her don't sweat it and look how great you played the other piece.
exactly. So do it to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because, if you constantly ask of yourself something that is not reasonable,
But then I'm like, well, it is reasonable. I mean, it's what sounds. I feel like it shouldn't be that hard.
is perfection reasonable?
No.
Is there anyone on the planet today who's perfect?
No.
Who was?
Jesus.
Are you Jesus?
No. No.
What?
Right.
No, neither one of us. So we're not going to be perfect. And even if you play a perfect, clean program, chances are I won't.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
You learn that, when you're in ensemble productions like an opera, there's no such thing as a perfect program, because someone is going to screw up somewhere,
Right.
My first professional gig, we were doing Don Giovanni, Michigan Opera Theater. They get about 30 bars into the introduction, and it's an old theater, and the electricity was coming into the pit via an extension cord.
Okay.
Someone tripped on the extension cord and unplugged it.
Oh my gosh.
So they had to plug it back in and just start the entire opera over. Right? But that was in the review.
Whoa.
They must have made some horrible mistake because they had to stop and restart. Right? And so are you supposed to feel bad about that? It's like the person who tripped over the extension cord maybe, okay, so
Yeah. Okay.
let's do das ist ein Flirten und
I'm
Bag.
gonna try to make it artistic and hopefully the technique is.
If it needs to be, like it says, not too rushed.
Right. Does it sound too rushed right now?
I'm thinking, how fast do you have to go in order to shape it the way? Just play the introduction. Okay. Do you like that? Do you like that
It's
shape?
better.
Okay. Try it one click slower. Which do you like better?
Actually, I like it slower.
Me, please. I'll sing whatever tempo you sing.
Okay.
Okay? So,
All right.
let's try it.
Das ist ein Flöten und Geigen, Trompeten schmetten darein, Trompeten schmetten darein. Dann tanzt vor den Hochzeitreigen, die Herzen liebst du mein, die Herzen liebst du mein. Das ist ein Klingen und Dröhnen, das ist ein Klingen und Dröhnen, ein Kauken und ein Schalein. Dazwischen Schlöcksen und Stöhnen, dazwischen Schlöcksen und Stöhnen, die lieblichen Engelein.
Christina and Logan, this is Lizzie.
Hi. No, she played for me at Matt's, I think.
Yeah. Tempo?
I'm perfectly happy
We
with
have
it.
8 minutes.
Honestly, it's not really just my technique,
What's the minute machine?
but there's just a lot more you can do with it in general.
There you go.
Like you can kind of like lately. So I like that.
Good.
And it's just, I mean, I know I made a couple mistakes or whatever, but I wasn't like,
You were trying to stop.
yeah, I was just kind of in my experiment. Like, if I had played that today at that time of performance, I wasn't going to make mistakes. I felt more relaxed. Like I can just like really crazy focus on it. And like, cause this, I mean, I can technically, but you can add a lot more character to those chords. It's slower and it's just different. I like it.
Good.
Okay.
So
Problem solved.
let's
That's
look
the
at
hardest
what other pieces in the Schumann, like how about ending number 7 going into 8?
Yes. Okay, let's try that. Whole lot of fun.
Okay.
Und festens die Blumen, die Kleinen, wie tief verwundet mein Herz. Sie föhnen mit ihrem Weinen zu heilen meinen Schmerz. Und wüssten noch die Galen, wie so traurig und krank. Sie ließen fröhlich erschallen, erquickenden Gesang. Und wüssten sie mein Wege, die goldenen Sternlein. Sie kämen aus ihrer Höhe und sprechen groß ihr ein. Sie alle können nichts wissen, nur einer kennt meinen Schmerz. Sie hat ja selbst zerrissen mir das Herz.
So getting into it was good.
Yeah.
And is that the tempo you want to do that? Okay.
You want to do it slower?
No, I want to play. I want to give you the opportunity to play the tempi.
Yeah.
So let's do the last line of each Krolonist and then start it a click slower.
Okay.
Okay?
than the other one.
At the slower tempo or the fast, at the slower tempo?
Slower one. I think there's just so much going on left against the right stuff. It's not as funny. I kind of lean towards the slow or splitting the difference. What do you think?
I'm able to do a lot more at the slower tempo. I kind of like that.
Okay, let's do
You know.
that then.
Yeah.
So, you're just making all my hard stuff easy today. This is great.
Well, I think you make your hard stuff hard,
Yeah, I do. Okay.
right? Like, it doesn't have to be. Like, he said when I was talking to Dr. Kasparov, he's like, she has a tendency to take her fast stuff too fast. She pushes. It's
I
already
always
fast.
like doing it.
Yeah, it's already fast. So, you know, I mean, if you look at this, all of these 16th notes, 32nd notes, they're 32nd notes. You don't have to play really faster. It's already fast. It's like, oh my God.
Awesome. Okay,
So,
well, I feel good about that.
Yeah, okay. So, I really believe you don't ask for permission, you ask for forgiveness. So, as you're looking through this, go ahead and, you know, if you want to change the tempo, just change it. Shoot me an email and say, I'm thinking about taking this slower, taking this faster, whatever. And then we talked about 15 and 16, just no big fortes.
Correct.
Like, just, let's keep it on the,
Yeah, that one is really well done.
and especially, so we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do the model with the lid up. So we need to see, I'll be interesting to see what the balance is, because I try not to sing any
The
louder
balance
than I have.
was good.
Yeah. Dr. Cox tells me it doesn't matter, lid up, lid down, your voice just goes. So that may be the case, which hopefully it is.
Yeah.
So I don't over sing. But it's very exciting for me. I love working with the lid up. Coming from an opera background, I'm used to this
You're like an
sound.
orchestra with me now.
Yeah. So, okay. What time do we have? Because I have opera coming in. Oh, it's 3 o'clock.
Okay. Wow, those are good pictures.
All right.
Well, that was honestly really helpful. I need to, my ego needs to shut up about my past problems. Like I hear him say that about Shema 9, and what I hear is, Elizabeth, you're a lousy pianist, don't you? Can you just figure that out for yourself? Like I shouldn't have to have anyone tell me, Elizabeth, it sounds robotic. Like, duh.
You know what?
You know what I mean? Like, I hate that he even had to bring that up.
We all
Like, that's the best I got.
we all need